This is going to be today's video review for Tuesday, August the 18th, 2015 for Drummond Energy Bands. Please read our trading disclaimer. Today we're going to be looking at the NQ futures. We're going to use a 600 tick chart. And the reason we're going to be using a 600 tick chart is because we're looking for a lot more trades. We want to be quite active today, but we also want to be very disciplined. So the very simple thing that we do if you're just joining us is we use the E-mid line, which is our white dotted mid line here. As it hooks down, we find that significant number of sellers have come in the market, and we draw a horizontal pink line. That is projected resistance that we look at. We look at the same way when our white dotted line hooks up. We place a green horizontal line for a valley of support. We're looking at those valleys of support as potential places where buyers that previously came in will look to re-enter and to continue to prop price up. So you'll notice here when we look at our chart, we look at a couple of very simple concepts and we use them each and every day. You notice that we have blue dots, we have red dots, and we have magenta dots. And we also have a solid white midline through the center of this band that we call it. We call it a wrap. And the wrap is wrapped around price. Now, as these dots move up higher with price popping higher, you'll notice that when they get to this solid midline, our upper yellow area here is down. In other words, price can't get up through it, and price goes from outside, in other words, above this upper magenta energy band, and starts to crawl from outside to inside. Now, this is a very important concept, and we stress this very simply because the trader has only a couple of things here to look at. So let's have a look at the setup for a couple of our leans here for today. So what you'll notice here on our trade chart is price rallies higher, and as it goes higher you'll notice that we're actually moving above the upper energy band. This is of the 6,000 tick, and then price moves up and pushes up through again the 600 tick. But you'll notice the upper energy band here of the 600 tick is starting to hold, and price is crawling from outside to up and inside the upper energy band. It's holding as resistance. It's holding here and it's holding here. So this is a very simple concept, but this is a important concept to get, because if not, you're going to be dragged around by every other indicator out there and have no concept of the market structure and the energy of the chart frame you're looking at. So when this concept is taken into account with what we call our power mid trade, which you'll see this thick white dotted line here, this thick white dotted line is from a higher chart frame. Like on this trade chart, we have a 600 tick upper energy band, and this thick white dotted line is the 3,000 tick midline. So when we've gone from outside to inside and right into a power mid trade setup that we teach in the Masters of the Universe course, we would look at taking that as a great short for a couple of reasons. It's a power mid short. We've gone outside from inside. We got a red bar, and our dots are weak. This is a weak dot push into everything I just outlined. So we have a target expectation for this 3,000 ticks lower energy band. Let's have a look at where that target is now. So you'll see we're talking about shorting this area up here. We've also had a crest of resistance from earlier. But this is the area that we're shorting at, and our chart frame is telling us that we're going down to this lower energy band drawn here. This is the 3,000 ticks lower energy band. So price is looking at returning down to a minimum of at least 45.49. Not a bad target when you're getting in and getting that information earlier in the day. Now, in case you missed that idea, there's another bounce here. You'll notice that we had a valley of support here. And every valley of support, even though the energy is going to have to go lower, it's going to have its day in court. So you can see how it bounced back up to challenge this left down pink arrow. This is a crest of resistance. even if our trader didn't understand where price is going, this crest of resistance is an ideal place to be looking for a short here at 45.56 3/4. Let's look at that now. So you'll see here on the right chart, it does a complete V reversal. Quite often, it'll do that when it gets very close to one of our great setups called the power mid trade. There's the power mid. And this is the 6 3/4 resistance that it's testing. And after that point, of course, our next stop down is our target, which is down in this area here. So our trader does quite well, taking a couple of trades, understanding that concept. There's also a trade to take off the buy level here. There's been other trades here that can be taken there. And this particular concept is universal on all chart frames. You'll notice as price goes higher, as we're going back into this resistance, you'll notice our dots. They're all staying below the white solid mid line. So, for example, a trader that saw price come down and hit the support level, our dots have gone weak. They've gone magenta. So any pushes up here, this upper yellow will be down. This resistance up here will be down. And the larger target is even lower than before. And you'll see how price moves lower to the bottom of this thick energy band down here. So our trader has multiple opportunities to take advantage of. If you're interested in learning more, send us an email at jb@drummondenergybands.com. Thank you very much.